pull out your phone. Check a friend's location. Within seconds, you know exactly where they are. Feels ordinary, doesn't it? Now stop. 800 years ago, there was nothing to carry that kind of information. No cables, no satellites, no screens. And yet an empire moved that information at a speed not so different from today's. How? The answer isn't found on a battlefield. It's found in a caravan, 1219. Otrar, a trade caravan, hundreds strong, approaches the city. Goods loaded, movement normal. No one suspects a thing. But this caravan wasn't trade. It was part of the Ortog partnerships Genghis Khan had formed with Muslim and Uyghur merchants. These merchants were given capital. In return, they had one job: map the terrain, mark the water sources, report the cracks inside the palace. Okay, a spy caravan. Surprising but not unexpected, right? Stop right here, because you're now thinking, Genghis Khan was brilliant. He built this network. Wrong. He didn't build this network. That caravan heading to Otrar wasn't even part of a centralized system yet. It was scattered, incidental. Genghis Khan didn't sit down one day and say, I will build an intelligence empire. The system was institutionalized under his son, Ogedei Khan, after the conquests had already happened. So, wait a second. The story everyone knows goes: plan first, conquest second. The real sequence is the reverse. First, a tactic that worked in the middle of chaos, then a state mind that turned that tactic into a permanent machine. This wasn't one man's genius. This was proof that even an accident can be engineered into a system. So how big did this machine get? The Yam, a relay station every 35 to 40 kilometers, a bronze tablet bearing the Khan's seal, the Paisa. A courier reaches a station and the horse is changed. No stopping, no resting. 300 kilometers a day. Think about that. 300 kilometers in the Middle Ages on horseback. A development on the Hungarian border could reach Karakorum within days. Now, right here, I'll tell you something unsettling. This speed wasn't good news. This speed was a weapon. Pause. Because moving information fast isn't enough. The enemy still has one option left: fight. The Mongols took that away too. When a city that resisted was destroyed, the news was deliberately allowed to travel with people who were let to escape, carried straight to the next city before the army ever arrived. You already knew what you'd be facing before the army was even on the horizon. Night falls, look at the horizon. Hundreds of fires, but there aren't that many soldiers out there. Each man had been ordered to light 5 separate fires. What you were looking at wasn't an army. It was a ghost. Now let's go to court, because all of this could have been just a nice theory if the people who lived through it hadn't written it down themselves. The Persian historian Juvaini saw this system from the inside and documented it. The historian Ibn al-Athir from Mosul, sitting on the losing side, admitted just how late his own states had caught on to the infiltration. Zhao Hong, an envoy of the Song dynasty, watched, while Genghis Khan was still alive, how local traders were recruited before Mongol forces ever entered Chinese cities, and wrote it down himself. 3 different sides. 3 different languages, 3 enemy sources, and none of them, without knowing about each other, tell a different story. This isn't rumor anymore. Now go back to Otrar. When that caravan was slaughtered, it wasn't an ordinary killing. An intelligence operation was exposed, and it lit the fuse for one of the largest invasions in history. Long before Genghis Khan's army set out, they already knew Otrar's water sources, its walls, the weak points of its commanders. The war was over before the first arrow was fired. Back to you. Look at your phone. That ordinary notification. 800 years ago, a horse and a bronze tablet did the same job. But here's what's actually striking. No single genius built this system. It was an accident, a coincidence, and a state mind that noticed it and turned it permanent. Some empires grow with one man. Some keep growing with a system, even after that man is gone.